If you're getting camera visibility errors on your Tesla, this video might save you a trip to the service center. This is the second version of this guide that I have filmed. If you haven't seen the first one, I'll put a link up here so you can watch it. But today's video is updated and I found a way to make it even easier, and this is for 2024 and newer Teslas. The camera housing pops off fast and it makes cleaning simple. If you have an older Tesla, follow the links in the video description below for the service manual. It's only slightly harder. If you're not comfortable after watching this video, a technician can handle it for you, and sometimes they'll even come to your house. But for a lot of people, the service center is too far and it's a lot of work and they're comfortable, so they might want to do it themselves like me. Okay, I'm going to try to narrate this in real time so nothing's sped up for you, but I'm using a plastic trim tool with a little bit of blue tape, and there's a little area in the corner where I can pop it right off, and I do that so I don't miss and scratch anything. And I'm going to leave that hanging, and now I'm going to spin the rear view mirror to the left, and I'm actually holding on to that heavy metal part, and that will release the mirror. Now there's going to be a plastic wire harness clip. You'll want to depress in, and that will slide out. If you have to force any of this, just pause and reassess, because there's nothing that's that difficult. Now here I'm going to yank from the forward section, and I'm not going to remove it from the headliner. The headliner is extremely tight on these builds, so I'm going to leave it right there because it's just more work than it needs to be. I tried a few times to see how hard it was, but if you pry too hard, there is a risk of cracking the front windshield as you put a pressure point from the plastic trim tool. So instead, I'm just creating space. I'm taking that interior camera housing and I'm pulling down just enough to get to this matte finish. Now look on the right camera here. You see that matte? It's kind of a sun absorber, so there's less glare, and you'll see the 3 cameras in there. And at the top right, you can see how the glass has a haze to it, and that's what we're trying to get to. And I'm just going to use, I think this is a glass cleaning cloth used for eyeglasses, and it has a lot less dust than using something like paper towel. And I'm going to wipe the inside of that glass. It also probably has isopropyl alcohol on it. So if you don't have one of these, you could use a microfiber and some alcohol, but you do risk, see the little white fibers, even on this thing, it's not perfect, but more than having dust in there, it is the film that builds up, and that's from the gases, from the plastics off-gassing, especially on the newer cars. Or if you smoke or you vape or any of that stuff, it will accumulate here. So I don't do any of that, but it still had a lot of buildup. And this is the second time I've had to clean it in 1.5 years. So if it's happening to me, it's probably happening to a lot of you. Now I'm gonna just do a little bit of spraying with some air. You do risk pushing the dust around and actually could make it worse on the camera lenses. So if you want to skip this, you could, but I brought a little air duster here, and I'm just going to blow out a little bit of the white dust created by the lens cleaning towel. All right, 1 or 2 more wipes. Make sure that interior glass is very clean. Letting it dry in the sun here. And then I'm doing a little bit of a spray to get the accumulated dust out of the housing here. Again, you can skip this step if you don't feel like it's gonna help. Now I'm ready to put it back together. So I'm starting with the glare matte housing here. I'm gonna clip it in place on the side of the cameras. There's little tabs. And then I'll push it flush up against the interior glass. Oh, by the way, I'm using blue gloves here because your hands have oils on them and you could make the glass dirtier, so it's just better to use gloves if you have them. And then this black housing is going to snap back in place. You don't have to do anything special, it'll just clip back in place. Then we need to install the mirror again. So the mirror is a little tricky if you've never put on a rear view mirror. Start with your electrical clip here and clip it in place. It'll snap and make a nice sound when you get it fully seated. Now I started at about 9 to 10 o'clock until it kind of falls in place there. And once it does, I'll be able to rotate it to the right about 4 hours on a clock, or about 45 degrees, and you'll click in place again. And lastly, we need to put this other plastic shroud on, and you'll see there are some little clips there, so you need to start on one side, get that seated, and then start on the other side. It was a little bit difficult to get the last clip for me, so I focused on one side first before I tried to get both of them in. If it's not going easily, it could be that that wire is pinched or in the way. And that's it. So I hope this video is helpful. If it is, please give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.